Hello everyone and welcome to this tutorial. I'm Tanya Shoot and you can check out my Facebook page in Tanya Shoot Photography. Today I will be showing you how to remove dark spots under the eyes using Photoshop. You'll be able to take your images from this to this in minutes. Here's a portrait I made for my editorial fashion assignment, and I am going to show you how to retouch the bags under the eyes without giving it a fake look. For example, a patch tool, if you have used it before, will replace the tone, but it will replace the texture too. Here's an example of it. So this is using the patch tool. If you can see, it does make it lighter, but it does replace the texture. It makes it look kind of weird and muddy at the same time. You can see the difference. What I'm going to be showing you is how to replace the color by using the actual skin color around the eye in order to keep the texture intact. What we're going to be doing, first I'm going to delete these two and start all over again. Okay, the first thing you do is going to come up here and you're going to choose the level adjustment layer. You're going to click on that. Once you click on that, you want to make sure that the layer icon is highlighted. And then once that's highlighted, you're going to double click on the sample tool on the very top. That's for the black layer, for the black point color. And you're going to double click, and this should be coming up right after you click on it. Once that's done, you want to make sure that you're close enough that you can see the color around the eye. And you're going to try to pick a color around the eye that is not too dark or too light. I think this right here would be perfect. And then you're going to click OK after that. And don't save. It's going to come up and it says save the new target color, so it's default. Don't do that. Just press no. Then you're going to have this little sample clicker here, and you're going to click on the darkest spot that you have, just like that. And then it's going to look like the whole image has changed now, but what you're going to do is come back over here to your levels adjustment layer, and you're going to click on the white mark on the side, and then you're going to hit Command I, and it's going to turn it black. So right after that, you're going to go to the brush tool right here, and you're going to make sure that you're on white. And I usually use opacity of 5 or 3 depending. So on this one I'm going to use 5, and it's just going to be like a rough, I'm going to show you kind of like a rough draft. I'm not going to do it perfect, just kind of show you. You want to make sure that you're close enough that you can see it. So you're just going to use your brush and kind of highlight or cover the dark spot that you want. And you can go around it. I mean, it's going to be the same color. And you're really not going to see the difference right away, because it shouldn't be too obvious what you're doing when you're actually doing it. You're changing the color of it. So we're going to do this a little bit more. Just kind of make sure that it's blending in. And I'm going to show you. So we went from that to that. See, you can see the big difference once you have completed. But I'm gonna get close here so you can see the difference. You see the texture is intact. You haven't touched the texture. It's a more natural look. Now, sometimes we do get this dark spots like right here by the nose or by the mouth. You can use the same layer and just a little bit. You can just cover up here. It won't be that noticeable because you're actually using the same color of skin that is around the person's face. So it's really not, it doesn't look unrealistic. So you can see the difference from that. Now, there's one more thing right here. So you can see this is the top side is in a brighter side. The sun is hitting the face directly on this side, but then there's shadows on the bottom, so you have to be very careful. So on this portrait, I would have to do 2 layers. One for this eye, which we already have covered, and then we have to use a different one for the bottom one. So we're gonna do that again. Once again, you hit the layers, adjustment layer, you click on the icon, and then you double click on the sample layer. Then you have to make sure, you have to be careful not to overdo it too, because just like anything you can overdo. So you want to pick a color that is between this dark and then this light. So we're gonna go roughly maybe right here. Okay. You click and then you say no, and then you're gonna click on the part that you want to change right there. And then once again you go to your levels and hit Command I, then your brush tool, get a 5%, and then just fill it in to what you think is appropriate. So I'm just gonna do like a rough layer right here really quick. Of course, you take your time when you're doing this. Okay. So you can see the difference from one to another. And then we can do the same thing. You can go on the bottom, you can go right around the nose, and you can use the same layer. Just make sure that you don't use the same layer when you go from bright to dark or dark to bright, because then it will make your portrait look off. Okay. Now we have that. And if we select this too, we can group them. Okay, and you will see the difference like that, without changing any texture of your images. Okay guys, I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. This is all for today. Thank you for stopping by.